this video, I built a successful landscaping business only to sell it and move to a new town with a brand new business. However, this time, things are a bit different. I have to make $1 million, and I only have a year to do it. Will I make $1 million or will I go broke? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys enjoy videos like this and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and dropping a like helps too. Anyway, let's go make some money. Well, boys, it's another day, another dollar back out here at the landscaping business. We got $145,000 in the bank account, so we're sitting decently good, just about enough to pay off our loan. But are we going to do that? Absolutely not. In fact, we've got equipment to go buy. Well, hopefully, we'll see how it goes. So we're headed out right now to go and take a look at an excavator, trailer, and a dump truck. A whole setup all together. It's quite an old setup because our budget is, well, pretty small. So we kind of have to go a little bit older if we want something that we can at least work with. But my hope is that the equipment's still in decent shape. And from what I've heard, it is. So I guess we'll have to see here. And I gotta go fill up the truck with diesel here because we're running a little bit low. Well, I put $100 in, and I think it filled it 3/4 of the way, not even full. Stuff's expensive nowadays. Well, this place should be just up here on the left. Yep, there it is. Well, dang, that's quite the setup right there. I'm guessing the guy will come out in a minute here, but I'm just going to take a look at everything. So this is an older Mac. I think it's an 80s-ish model. Don't quote me on that. I did look at kind of the going price for something like this. It's fairly high miles. The bed looks good and everything. I think it was repainted though, as far as he told me. So they go for about $40,000-ish with the amount of miles this thing's got on it. Seems cheap for an old Mac, but that's kind of what they're going for. That's what the market is. Now, you'd think the excavator is the most expensive part of the setup. Well, it's not. The trailer is actually the same price as the excavator. So the excavator, it's going for around $30,000 right now. Now, that seems really cheap, but the reason why is because it's a smaller model. Yeah, it's got the bigger tracks, but it's still a smaller model, and it's a 2003. Now, this has also had a new paint job, but it's still on the very high end of ours. It comes with 2 buckets, though. It comes with a tooth bucket and a smooth bucket, which is really nice. It's got the blade, which is perfect. And this trailer, it's a couple of years old, but it's fairly decent. It's a bit of a newer-ish model, which is something I could definitely deal with. I mean, this setup would be absolutely perfect. I could definitely get on board with this. Now, this guy wants around 110 for everything. I'm going to see if I can get it for 100 or a little bit less. I know it's a stretch, but I want to see, you know, trying to get the best deal I can out here. But if we can get this, I think we'll be in good shape. Well, there goes almost all my money, $100,000 down the drain. Well, hopefully not down the drain. Hopefully we can at least make it back. But I have just secured myself a brand new setup. I'm not sure I'm going to get my truck home. I'll have to come pick it up a little bit later today, but we're going to take this out for a ride because I'm pretty dang excited. I can't believe I just bought an excavator and a dump truck. This is pretty flippin' awesome. Now we've just got a lot of money to make to actually pay for this whole setup. But since I knew I was going to be buying something like this at some point, I have been working on a possible job, and now that I have this equipment, I can let the guy know, and maybe we can get to work on it. I guess we'll have to see how it goes. But if we secure this job that I'm hoping we will, we'll pay for over half of this setup in just one job. I hope we can fit all this stuff in the shop here. I might have to do some more reorganizing, but it is good to have this equipment here. Now I just got to figure out how the heck I'm going to get my other truck. Can I call a taxi out here? Maybe I'll just have to call my neighbor. I'll see if I can call a taxi, though. Nope, I had to get a ride from my neighbor. Taxi wouldn't make it out that far. Oh, well. Well, it is the next day here, and it is also the first of the month, so that means bills gotta come out. And my main bill being this shop, which is $5,000 for the month. Now, the car wash and storage business has been doing very, very good, so it has pretty much, even with costs deducted off what we made, we're pretty much just canceling out our rent bill, which is really nice. So I don't even got to worry about that. But today's picks to be a busy day because I have secured a contract to build a brand new bin site, and this new purchase is going to help out a ton. There's a few things we're going to have to grab in order to get this going here. Now, since we already got the dump truck and excavator all ready to go here, we just got to grab the skid steer and some attachments, and we should be on our way here. The place is actually not too far, so it should just be a quick little drive. But we are gonna need the trencher, post hole digger, and my bucket as well. This should be all we need. I guess if there's anything else, the shop isn't gonna be too far away. Well, everything's loaded up. Let's roll. Okay, so we're just pulling up here to the site. Not looking too bad, actually. There'll have to be a little bit of ground leveling, not too much, nothing the skid steer can't handle here. We're gonna have to dig a little bit of a pit with the excavators so we can get the drive over dump installed. We're not gonna be doing any of the actual building or concrete pouring or installing of any of those parts ourselves. They're actually tearing down an old granary and just putting it back up here with a bunch of new parts and stuff. We're just doing the construction work, which is really good money as well. Got a quick ride back to the shop here, grab the dump truck and the excavator, and we're gonna rip that down to the job site. I really do need to hire a second person though. Running around all this equipment is getting a little bit ridiculous. Okay, I'm just gonna whip this in here real quick. That should work. Get our ramps unfolded, everything unstrapped. That's gonna take a minute. There we go. All right, let's operate the deer. For the first time, I should say. Just swing this old thing around. Just gotta figure out the controls a little bit here. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. I think I pretty much got it down. And since we're just gonna be doing a little bit of digging, we'll just use the tooth bucket. Don't really need the smooth bucket right now. And we're not even gonna get to digging right here for a little bit yet. So what's nice with this skid steer is it has an auto leveling feature. So I can just go along here, get rid of all the grass and extra dirt that we're not gonna need, and just take it right down. Straight to dirt. So after we take it down to dirt, I'm gonna haul in some gravel, get that all spread out. Actually, before that even happens, we have to trench right out to around here. That's kind of where the power inlet's gonna be. So yeah, we'll have to strip this all down to dirt, get it trenched, bring some gravel in, dig this out, dig some post holes out, and it should be pretty simple. I make it sound a lot easier than it really is. Well, it's taken quite a few hours here, but I've just been getting all this ground sloped and flattened out here. So we've got pretty much the perfect base ready to go. And one other thing that I completely forgot we're gonna have to do is basically the dump point for the grain bin setup is gonna be right here, and we gotta make a gravel path that goes all the way out here, cuts in through the field, and goes around out. If we just keep going right around out here. We'll have to move a bit of dirt and such, but I'm hoping it's not too bad. A dozer would really be handy at this point, but we don't got the budget for that. Be nice if we did though. But regardless if we have a dozer or not, we're still making money. Okay, so I got the trencher here. Now we got to go from this corner of this Quonset here, which has power, which is really nice. They're actually going to be putting in a new power box here because the Quonset power, that's just not going to be enough to run a full bin setup. So we're just going to put a new power box in and we're just going to trench out this way through here, right over to the corner. If I start right about here, should be able to get going. Okay, so we're moving along here at a pretty decent pace. We're trenching pretty deep, but we're almost to where we need to be here. Just a little bit further. Okay, I should probably go back just a little further to be safe here. Worst case scenario, we fill the rest of the trench back in if we don't need it, but better to be safe than sorry, I suppose. And that should do it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to move my truck and trailer out of the way here, just so we're not gonna be in the way of the power company that should be out here like any minute now to get that box and that line put in. And then once the full grain storage system is in place, they're obviously gonna have to come back out and wire that all up. But for now, they're just getting the lines ran out so we know whereabouts we're gonna be putting everything roughly. Because the owners haven't really given me an outline of where to do all this stuff till they get the power in, which is a bit weird because normally the power would be like the last thing you'd worry about having to move. It'd be the easiest thing to move versus the building, but maybe there's a reason why they're doing it this way. So I was gonna bring some gravel in before doing this, but I kind of figured this might be a better idea to do now. That way we're not trying to go through a bunch of gravel and we can just put gravel in close to the holes and not actually in the holes. All right, we'll fire this sucker up and down we go and back on out. This is the next spot here. And there's the last one. Dang, where's the power company at? They were supposed to be here a while ago. I'm just gonna put the trailer back here because obviously we don't want it on here for when we're trying to haul gravel in. We've got roughly 5 loads, not including what we gotta do for the small road back there. So we've got some serious hauling to do. Fresh load of rock coming in hot. Well, that's where 1 load got us. 4 more to go. Okay, well, 5 loads of rock are in. Of course, I still had to be mindful of the trench. The power company's still not here. But yeah, the trench ends right about here. So we just dumped a load right over here. Now this, again, is where a dozer would be really handy, but nope. Sticking with the skid steer, I guess. Oh, I really should have brought that dang grader I have back at the shop. I might go get it. That and the brush mower. We're gonna need a brush mower to cut through all this all dried up corn. lets a cornfield rot out like that? Okay, so it's been a couple of hours here. I got the tools that we needed for the skid steer. The power company was here. We got lines installed to where they need to be so we can cover this all back up again, which is sweet. Now I've just got the monumental task of getting this all leveled out. This should be a blast. But lucky enough for me, I got my handy dandy grader, and this should work wonders. Already working perfectly. I'm gonna have to take some of this extra gravel here and put it back on the road where we went through it with the trencher. So it is nearly the end of the day here now, and we've made some considerable progress today. All that's left is to get this little patch filled in here. I left this pile of gravel because I figured we were gonna need it to fill that in. Probably won't even need this much, but we'll need a lot more for the road, so a little extra ain't gonna hurt. Just gotta smooth it out real nice. Ooh, that's gonna need a second pass. That was really patchy. Well, this last bucket should about do it. After I spread this, I'll just grab the grader and we'll finish it all up. And I'm thinking that's about gonna do it for day one of this project. We got a lot more than I thought we would get done, actually. We made some considerable progress, but there is still a lot of work to do here. But we're getting paid for it, so can't really complain. Another day, another dollar, another project. Well, if you couldn't tell, it's the next day, and we still have a ton to do here. So I've already got the bush mower all ready to go. We're gonna try get a path cut out of where we want to take this road around this way to the other side for the exit, and should be pretty straightforward here, I think. We're not building it too wide. We're just kind of getting a basic idea of what we want to do here. We just got to get this all mowed down. So this basically right here is the idea of it. We're gonna have to do a lot more mowing back here, but I think I got down what we want to do. And that should about do it on this end. Took some landscaping, some brush clearing, but we got the perfect idea of what we want to do here. This ridge was pretty steep going up to this part of the yard here, and I had to bring it down a decent amount, kind of put some of the dirt in some of the lower spots here. But this is the basic idea, and I think it should work perfect. Normally, I wouldn't have went this crazy with building just a little side road to get out of a granary, but there's going to be lots of semi-trucks and stuff coming out of here, and we want to make sure it's perfect. And if it rains or gets wet throughout the year, we don't want trucks sinking down, obviously, then that becoming a whole big mess. But this little skid steer has proved to be something pretty awesome. It's been able to do everything I needed to do and more. No complaints from me. So there's still a few things left to do. We got to dig this right here for the pit. We got to bring in some gravel, a few other miscellaneous things, and then that's pretty much our end done on this. But there's still a lot more steps before we pack up and get the heck out of here. I'm actually going to bring this truck a bit closer, and I think we're going to start digging this. Had the owner walk out here and kind of give me an outline of where I wanted to go. Well, this is where we're at, digging with the new John Deere here. Things are going decently well. I got a pretty good area dug out here, so still lots more to go though. But I have noticed this excavator has been making a very weird noise. I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm hoping it's nothing because I just bought it, so I guess we'll see. Luckily, there's not much left to dig, so hopefully we can get it finished before then. Well, it's about the finished product here, and yeah, the excavator is definitely making a weird noise at this point, so I am going to park it for now, load it up on the trailer, and hopefully get it into John Deere here when I get a chance. Yeah, this is perfect. But dang, I was really hoping I wouldn't have problems after just spending pretty much all my money on an excavator. We got a little more dirt to dump here, and I'm gonna go grab some gravel while we're at it here. I don't know how many loads it's gonna take, probably 3-ish? Maybe 2. 2 big loads, that should do it. Just got back with a load of gravel. We're gonna dump this out here, get it spread out, and that is pretty much the end of the job for us. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a second load here. So at last, the gravel's hauled. I'm just gonna get the trailer hooked back up. We'll load the excavator on when we get some time here. For now, I just gotta hop back in the skid steer and get this all spread out. I am gonna have to work on this approach with the bucket though. I can't use my handy dandy little gravel spreader there. We put a lot of extra out here because we didn't want trucks sinking in, especially coming in this way, so we're gonna be laying it on thick here. And that is what I like to call all in a day's work. We are finished here. Whole new roads laid out, all the trenching's done, all the earthwork is done, post hole drilling, all that stuff's done. We're good to go here. I'm gonna try and load up as many attachments as I can. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to fit them all on here, but we'll give it a try. It's gonna be a stretch. I really should be getting a bigger trailer though at this point, but I guess we'll see. Got attachments scattered all over the place. Good grief. I need to learn how to clean up after myself. I guess I can say all them years of playing Tetris paid off, because I got this all stacked on here. I don't know how, but I did. We never make 2 trips in this business. If we can fit it all in 1 trip, that's even better. Well, I guess, okay, we have 2 separate vehicles, so we technically have to take 2 separate trips, but that's besides the point. Now, this thing's got to go off to Deer because I got to figure out what the heck is wrong with it. The engine is sounding absolutely awful right now. I mean, it is a high-hour machine, so there's a chance there could be something seriously wrong with it. I really hope there's not, though. Well, that should do it. Everything's packed up. We'll take the Deer off to the Deer dealership and hope nothing's too wrong with it. Well, then I got to come back and get the Ford, but we'll do that at some point later today. You know, I really hope that train is passed by the time I get to the tracks there. I don't think it's going to be, but I hold out hope. Oh, please don't make me have to stop. Please don't make me have to stop here. Oh, am I gonna have to stop? Yep. Ah, dang it. All right, the train is passed. Can we get going? No? There we go. As soon as I honk, ridiculous. So I just had a chat with the guys here at the dealership. I'm going to be leaving this whole setup here. They're going to give me a ride in my truck, which is really nice. That helps out a ton. But they're going to take a look at the excavator here. Hopefully it's okay. Nothing too major. But from the sounds of how they were talking, it's not going to be cheap, whatever the fix may be. Because, unfortunately, I had to go buy something really old. Might have been a mistake, but I guess we'll see how it pans out. And back at the shop. Finally. Oh, it's been a long day. Too many dang problems. And it looks like I just got paid for my work. 55 grand, bringing us up to exactly $100,000. That paid for over half the excavation dump truck setup, which is really nice. However, there's still a major problem with the excavator, so we'll have to see how that goes. I'm hoping it's nothing. I have a feeling it's gonna be something though, and yeah, that's not gonna be very good. I got some compound mowing to go do. This place is an overgrown mess at the moment. I'm gonna try to clean some of this up. I did talk to my shed building guy, the guy who builds my sheds for my shed business. I guess that's kind of self-explanatory there, but I did have a chat with him. He should have a couple sheds ready for me by the end of next week. So hopefully we can get that business moving again. That's a very profitable one to have. I'd like to have that up and running. But in the meantime, there's still quite a few construction jobs I could probably do, or landscaping jobs that would keep my time occupied otherwise. I'm hoping going into fall here, we can start building that new storage business, or at least expand the storage business. That would be super nice, but it's going to take a lot of capital, so we got to make as much money as we can, as fast as we can. Because if we started too late, we're going to be working into the winter on that project, and that's going to be no fun. Oh man, I think it might be time for a batwing mower. But hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe and goodbye.